You've felt it at the grocery store. You've seen it on the news. Inflation. It's been the big economic story for a while now. But what does it actually mean for your bank account next year? Well, today we're going to cut through all the noise and break down the official forecast to see where you're going to feel the pinch and maybe, just maybe, where you might catch a break. All right, let's get into it. So let's ask the big question. Where is your money really going in 2025? It's not as simple as one single number that tells the whole story. Nope, it's actually a mix of some good news and some bad news. And let me tell you, the bad news hits hard and it hits right where it hurts the most. Okay, get ready for this one. 14.7%. That's the projected price increase for beef and veal. Yeah, you heard me right, nearly 15%. That's the kind of number that makes you stop and rethink your entire grocery list. And it's our starting point for the first part of our story, the pain points. Let's start right where we all feel it first, the supermarket. I mean, these are the costs that hit our budgets every single week, and they tell a really interesting story about the kinds of choices we're all being forced to make. Now look at this, because this is fascinating. This slide basically lays out the decisions you're making in the aisles. On the left, what we're calling the splurge. Beef with that staggering 14.7% jump, and sugar and sweets up almost 7%. But then look to the right at the swamp. Pork is barely moving, and eggs are actually getting cheaper. This is a perfect example of how big economic forces, like a drought hitting cattle herds but not pig farms, create these real-world trade-offs for you. And, while that nearly 15% hike for beef is what grabs all the headlines, the real pressure on your wallet is often a lot more subtle. It's kind of like a slow, steady climb that's happening in almost every single aisle. Just look at this list of everyday stuff. A couple percent on veggies here, a bit on seafood there, a little on chicken and dairy. On their own, none of these seem like a huge deal, right? But start adding them all up in your cart, week after week, and that's where you really start to feel that pinch at the checkout line. Okay, so let's move beyond the grocery cart for a minute, because honestly, some of the biggest price hikes are happening with services. And these are the costs that are much, much harder to just swap out of your budget. And this is a really important point. You can choose to buy pork instead of beef, but you can't really choose to just ignore a broken down car or a doctor's visit you have to make. These service costs are becoming this huge, pretty much unavoidable pressure point for all of us. This chart really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Car maintenance and repairs up a whopping 7.7%, hospital services are climbing by 5.8%, and rent, which is a massive chunk of so many people's budgets, is projected to go up another 3.4%. These aren't small numbers, and they're for things you absolutely need. And the squeeze, it just doesn't stop there. When we zoom in on just the cost to keep your house running, that pressure just keeps building. Home insurance is up 7.5%. Electricity is up over 6%. Even things like water and trash collection are going up. Think of each of these as another slice being added to the cost of living pie, and that pie is getting a whole lot more expensive. So if we had to wrap up this whole section with one single thought, it would be this. The cost of just maintaining a life, insuring it, powering it, fixing it, is climbing faster than the cost of the actual stuff we buy to fill that life. Okay, after all that, I know you might be feeling a little bit of budget burnout, but I promise the story isn't all gloom and doom. Let's shift gears and look at the bright spots, the surprising places where you might actually find some relief. That's right. For all the talk about rising costs, there is another side to this story. In a few key areas, prices are actually expected to fall, which creates this really weird mixed economic picture. It's so important to see both sides of the coin. So where can you expect a little bit of relief? Well, it starts small, but hey, every little bit helps, right? Back in the grocery aisle, for example, eggs are projected to drop by 1.3%. And some of your monthly bills could get a tiny bit lighter too, with telephone services expected to fall by about 1.8%. But the biggest relief, it's actually coming from tech and fashion. Both IT hardware, so think about a new laptop, and women's clothing are projected to drop by a full 2%. So let's put it all together on one big savings cheat sheet for 2025. You've got tech and clothing leading the pack with price drops. Then you've got your phone bill and eggs. Even gas and fresh fruit are seeing tiny decreases. And hey, sporting goods are holding steady at 0. These are your silver linings in an otherwise cloudy budget. So we've seen the pain, we've seen the relief. The big question is,
what are you supposed to do with all this information? In our last section, let's put all these pieces together and figure out what this actually means for you, personally.
You know, there's a perfect term for what's happening right now: economic cross-currents. It describes this exact environment where some things are getting crazy expensive, while other things are actually getting cheaper. And it feels confusing because, well, it is confusing. It means your personal financial reality depends completely on what you spend your money on. So here's the most important part: how you can use this. First, you have to be honest about your personal pain points. Do you have a big family that loves steak? You are definitely going to feel that 14.7% sting. Second, find your silver linings. Are you in the market for a new computer or a new wardrobe? Awesome. You're going to benefit from those 2% price drops. And all of this leads to the biggest takeaway of all. There is no single inflation rate. Your rate is as unique as your own fingerprint.
And that really brings us to our final thought. We tend to talk about inflation like it's this one single thing, one number that hits everyone the same way. But as we've just seen, that couldn't be further from the truth. It's a collection of thousands of different stories. So the real question you should be asking is, what story is your wallet telling?